Hello, everyone. My name is Trâm, and we are Mavericks. And now we will present about the analyzing and marketing service. So next slide, please. So the first part of this chapter is the categories of service mix. So, uh, s- so the previous slide, please. Okay. So the service components can be a minor are a major part of total offerings. So we distinguish five categories of offerings. So first is the poor attainable good, for example, a shop, a toothpaste, or salt with no accompanying services. A tangible good with accompanying services. For example, when you buy a car, a computer, a cell phone, there may be some warranty or the customer service contact. And the next is the hybrid offering, like the restaurant meal or equal parts, goods and services. For example, you go to a coffee shop, and the fourth one is the major service with accompanying minor goods and services like air travel with supporting goods such as snack and drinks that offered while you uh, experience the air travel. And the last one is the poor service, primarily in-table service, for example, babysitting, psychotherapy, or message. So next slide, please. So this is the continuum of evolution for different types of products. So the left hand side is the guys with the search qualities, which the characteristics can evaluate before purchase. For example, when you go to buy some clothes or jewelry even before you purchase the product, you would know whether it fits with you or not. And in the middle are the goods and services, high in experience, quality, the characters the buyer can evaluate after the purchase. For example, some haircuts. mm, and at the right hand side is the goods and services, high in credence qualities, the characters the buyer normally finds hard to evaluate even after the assumption. For example, ultimate medical diagnosis. So next slide, please. So because service are general high in experience and credence qualities, there is more risk in the purchase with the several consequences. So for example, service consumer generally rely on the word of mouth rather than advertising because we know that the brand also say the right things and the good things about themselves. Secondly, they rely heavily on the price, the provider, and physical cues to judge the quality of the service. And thirdly, they are highly loyal to the service providers that satisfy their needs and satisfy their demands. Switching costs are high, so consumer inertia can make it just switch between the service providers. And finally, I would like to invite my friends for the next part.
Okay, so my name is Minh Trang and I will present a distinctive characteristic of services. So there are four
It's
distinctive
my friend's part.
characteristics that greatly affect the design of marketing programs that are intangibility, inseparability, variability, and perishability. About the intangibility, so unlike physical products or services that cannot be seen, tasted, felt, heard, or smelled before they are bought. So, for instance, a person they getting a cosmetic surgery, they cannot see the result before the purchase. So, to reduce uncertainty, buyers will look for evidence of quality by drawing inferences from the place, people, equipment, and communication materials. Therefore, the service provider's task is to manage the evidence and to tangibilize the intangible. uh, Second one is inseparability, whereas physical goods are manufactured, then inventory, then distributed, and later consumed. Service are typically produced and consumed simultaneously because the client is also often present provider-client interaction is a special features of service marketing. Several strategy exists for getting around the limitation of inseparability. When clients they have a strong provider preference, the provider can raise the price to ration its limited time variability because uh, the quality of services depends on who provide them, when and where. Service are highly variable. Service buyer are aware of potential variability and often talk to others or go online to collect information before they select a specific service provider. So to reassure consumer, uh, some firms they offer service guarantee that may reduce consumer perception of risk. There are three steps to increase the quality control. Uh, Invest in good hiring and training procedure, standardize the service performance process, and monitor customer satisfaction. Last one is perishability. Services cannot be stored, so their perishability can be a problem when demand fluctuates. Demand or yield management is critical. Uh, the services must be available to the right customer at the right place and at the right time, right price to maximize profitability. So that is all about my part.
My name is Phương Thảo, and I'm gonna represent about the new service realities. It's gonna have a shifting customer relationship. The first one is the customer empower, which is like customer they gonna become more sophisticated about buying a product support service and pressing for unbundled service so they can select the elements they want, and they increasingly dislike having to deal with a multitude of service providers handling different types of product or equipment. And most importantly, the internet had empowered customer by letting them send their commands around the world with one mouse click. Next one is the customer co-production. The reality is that customers do not merely purchase and use a service. They play an active role in its delivery, and their words and action affect the quality of their service experience and those of others, as well as the productivity of frontline employees. This co-production can put stress on employees, and this co-production can put stress on employees, and however, it can reduce their satisfaction, especially if they differ from customer culturally or in other ways. And the last one is satisfying employees as well as customers. For example, like excellent service company like know that positive employee attitude will strengthen customer loyalty, and instilling a strong customer orientation in employees can also increase their job satisfaction and commitment, especially if they have high customer contact. Next one is achieving excellence in service marketing. Uh, oh, next slide, please. A well-managed service company that achieve marketing excellence have some characteristic in common. The first one is strategic concept. Next one is top management commitment. Uh, Next is high standards and profit tiers monitoring system, and the last one is certifying customer compliance. Yeah, that is the end of my part. Next part is my friend.
So the next part is about the
Oh, wait,
managing.
wait, wait. We have one more slide in the third part, differentiating service. Yeah, yeah. Okay, my name is Kim Tuyền and this is my part. We will talk about differentiating service. Marketing excellence require service marketer to con- continue differently their brand so they are not seen as a community. What the customer expects is called primary service package, and provider can also add a secondary service features to the package. Example, in the hotel industry, various chains have introduced such secondary service, a merchandise for sale, free breakfast, buffet, and loyalty programs. Innovation is vital in service as in any industry, and it can have big payoff. And this is the end of my part now. We will move to the fourth part.
So the next one is the managing product support service. So, firstly, equipment manufacturer must provide product support service for competitive advantage, as the poor local service support can disadvantage company in the global marketplace. So traditionally, so let's move to the identifying and satisfying customer needs process. So traditionally, customer worry about reliability, downtime, and out-of-pocket cost of product service, and they try to estimate the life cycle cost, would include the purchase cost, maintenance and repair cost, and the salvage value. And manufacturers, in the other hand, they must identify the service customer value most and offer facilitating and value argument service. And they also can offer and charge for product support service in different way, such as service contracts or extra payments for additional service. And they also must decide whether service unit will support existing product business or grow as an independent platform. And finally, they must determine whether the source of competitive advantage are based on the economy of scale or economy of skill. And the next is the post-service strategy, post-sale service strategy. So customer service department can vary greatly in quality. So manufacturers again often start by running their own parts and service department. So they may price their equipment low and charge high price for parts and service. So over time, manufacturers switch more to maintenance and repair service to authorized distributor and dealers. So independent service and firm emerge and offer lower price or faster service. So the customer service choice are increasing rapidly. So that's why the manufacturer must figure out how to make money on their equipment independent of service contract. For example, like some new car warranties now cover 100,000 miles before customer have to pay for the servicing, or some business customer may find it cheaper to have their own service people on site. So the next, my name is Kenway, and the next part is in short, my friends.
Okay, my name is Won An, and I will be in charge of the last part, managing service quality. The first part is managing customer expectations. Customer form service expectations from many sources, such as past experiences, word of mouth, and advertising. In general, they compare perceived service and expected service. If the perceived service falls below the expected service, customers are disappointed. Successful companies add benefits to their offering that not only satisfy customers but surprise and delight them by exceeding expectation. The service quality model in the figure highlights 5 gaps that can prevent successful service delivery. Based on this service quality models, researchers identify 5 determinants of service quality in descending order of importance. They are reliability, responsiveness, assurance, empathy, and tangibles. Next is incorporating self-service technologies. Consumers value convenience in services, and many person-to-person service interactions are being replaced by self-service technologies intended to provide that convenience. For example, like ATMs, self-pumping at gas stations, self-checkout at hotels, and a variety of activities on the internet, such as ticket purchasing.
So successfully integrating technology into the workforce thus requires the comprehensive re-engineering of the front office to identify what people do best, what machines do best, and how to deploy them separately and together. Customers must have a clear sense of their roles in the process to, yes, and I think that's all of our presentation. Thank you for listening.